Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you are all doing super well. I thought I would do a little makeup tutorial today for one of my favorite makeup trends that I've been seeing all over Instagram and Pinterest, and that is the double eyeliner look. So today I went for a black and kind of bluish teal color. So if you want to see how to get this look, then just keep on watching. So right now I have nothing on my face, so the first thing I'm going to do is put on some primer, and today I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Hydrating Primer. And then with this primer, I actually like to take a little bit on my ring finger and tap it into my under eye area to help make sure that that area is nice and smooth when it comes to putting on concealer and foundation and all that fun stuff. Next, I'm going to be going in with a concealer to help cover up the dark circles under my eyes and just any spots on my face that have some redness. For example, I get a lot of redness around my nose. And I'm going to be using my trusty Clinique concealer in the shade 03 Moderately Fair. And then I'm going to be blending that out with my favorite Real Techniques brush. And I believe this is actually the setting brush, but I think it works really well to blend out my concealer. Now that my under eyes are covered, I'm going to be moving on to my foundation. For my foundation today, I'm actually going to be using a BB cream, and I'm going to be using the Marcel BB cream in the shade Golden Glow. And I actually prefer to put on this BB cream with my fingers and then just perfect it all with a beauty blender at the end. Also just going to be taking a little bit to blend down my neck just to help it match a little bit better. I really love to wear this BB cream in the summer. I just feel like it gives my skin such a sun-kissed glow. Like I literally feel like I just got back from a vacation in Mexico or something. Now to highlight, I'm going to be going in with the same highlighter that I always use, which is the MAC Prep and Prime highlighter in the shade Light Boost. I just like to put this under my eyes, down my nose, a little bit on my forehead, and a little bit on my chin. And then I'm just going to be blending it out with a beauty blender as well as just perfecting the BB cream with the beauty blender as well. To set my under eyes, I'm going to be going in with some loose translucent powder. This one is Laura Mercier, and I'm going to be putting that on my under eyes with a beauty blender. And as you can see, I definitely didn't apply too much. I'm not one of those people that really loves to heavily bake my under eyes, but I do think putting on a thicker layer with the beauty blender is a good way to help prevent the under eye from creasing. So now I'm just going to quickly swipe that away. And then I'm going to be setting the rest of my face with my absolute favorite press powder, and that is the MAC Studio Fix, and I am in the shade NW25. And I'm going to be applying that with my absolute favorite powder brush, which is the must-have large powder brush from Sephora. It is number 30. I freaking love this. It is huge and just gets the job done so much faster than using a smaller brush. And my skin does get pretty oily, especially in the T-zone, so I never ever skip this step. So I'm just going to be tapping that into my skin. For blush today, I'm going to be using the NARS Orgasm Blush, which is so pretty. And my favorite blush brush that I use every single day, which is the Real Techniques blush brush. And I'm just going to be very lightly tapping the brush into the blush. It's kind of hard to say, the brush into the blush, because I don't want too much pigment to get onto my cheeks. And then I always smile to just help put the blush in the right spot on my face. Moving on to bronzer, I am also using my absolute favorite bronzer today, and that is the NARS Laguna bronzer. First, I'm going to be putting some underneath my cheekbones to contour, and I find just like how smiling helps me apply my blush, kind of sucking in my cheeks really helps me apply my contour. And then I'm going to be taking anything that is left over on my brush and swiping it down both sides of my nose and a little bit along the tips of my nose. And then for bronzing the rest of my face, I'm going to be using the same bronzer with the Real Techniques retractable bronzer brush. So for a lot of people, next would be highlighter, but I'm actually going to be saving that for the end. So now I'm going to be moving on to my eyes. And the first thing I'm going to do is put some eyeshadow primer on, and this is the one that I always use, which just is the original Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. And I'm just going to be taking a very small amount on my ring finger and then just blending it all over my eyelids. So since this look is going to be mostly about the eyeliner, I'm not going to do any eyeshadow that's too crazy or too colorful. So the first thing I'm going to do is just start out with a super basic neutral color all over the lids. So I'm going to just be putting Naked, which is the shade over here from the Naked palette, all over my lids. And I'm going to be doing that using a Lancome number 11 brush. Zoom you guys in a little bit now that we're moved on to the eyes. Next, I'm going to be going in with this shade right here. And this is from the Coastal Scents Revealed 2 palette. This is just a little sampler of the palette, but I will link the entire palette down below. Using a MAC 224 brush, I'm going to be putting that all over the crease, specifically concentrating on the outer V. Now just to darken that crease up a little bit more, I'm going to be going in with that same brush and Buck from the Naked palette. And Buck is probably my all-time favorite crease or transition color. I use it all the time. And then to brighten up the inner corner, I'm going to be taking Virgin from the Naked palette and putting that on my inner corners with just my finger. And I'm actually going to go ahead and highlight my brow bones with that as well. Okay, so finally time to start with the eyeliner. So I'm going to start off by using the Kat Von D tattoo liner. So I always like to start my eyeliner by just doing a super thin line as close as possible as I can get to the lash line, and then from there I kind of make it as big as I want. Alright, that didn't go as bad as it could have. Now I'm going to be taking the MAC eyeliner in the shade Out to Sea. It is this super bright, pretty blue color. And I'm going to be putting this eyeliner directly above where I put the black eyeliner. So just to ensure that the colors really were one on top of each other, I'm putting the blue eyeliner essentially above, but also a little bit overlapping with the black. And then after, I'm going to clean it back up with the black to make the line a little bit more sharp, but this way it ensures that the two colors really come together seamlessly. Now I'm going to be taking that same pencil to line my waterlines. So now I'm going to be taking a black eyeshadow to tie in with the black liner on top. And I'm going to be taking the black shadow from the Naked palette, which is Creep, and I'm going to be putting that on my lower lash line with the Lancome number 11 brush. And then taking that same brush, I'm going to be going back in with this shade that I used in my crease and also putting that on my lower lash line to lighten it up just a little bit. Just to clean up the line at the top, I'm going to be going back in with the Kat Von D tattoo liner. So now the black is a lot more defined, which is great. And I'm actually going to be going back in with this a little bit on the lower lash line to help define the black, and then blending that out. Since this eye look is pretty heavy, I'm going to be just lightly filling in my eyebrows using Buck from the Naked palette. This is how I filled my eyebrows when I really want a more natural look. And then whenever I'm done filling in my eyebrows, I always just kind of run my fingers over them to get rid of any excess powder and just make them look even more natural. So time for my favorite mascara, the Better Than Sex mascara. Now to add some highlighter, I'm going to be starting with the Benefit What's Up and tapping that onto my cheekbones using my finger. That isn't a step that you have to take, but if you want your highlighter to really, really pop, then that is how to make that happen. Then taking the Becca highlighter in Champagne Pop and a Smashbox fan brush, I'm going to be putting that on top. And then just adding some on my Cupid's bow. Then since the eyes are so heavy today, I'm going to be doing a more neutral type of lip. And so I'm going to be using the Revlon Ultra HD Matte Lip Color in this shade Seduction. So this is the finished look. I absolutely love this pop of blue in the double eyeliner. I think that it is such a simple but fun way to kind of switch up your makeup, and it's such a good way to add a bright color to your eyes without needing to turn your entire lid a bright shade, which might not be as easy to wear on a day-to-day basis or at all. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button if you have not already, and I will see you guys again very soon. Bye!